Hey, what's happening in there, folks? William Shat here, and today I have a pretty interesting video for you. As I said in my previous video, that I was going to do a review of the brand new Vaadwaur Manasa Assault Escort. I thought it would be a good time to do this. And actually, I went a little bit beyond what we normally do. I actually leveled up all the Starship Mastery traits because I thought that was important for everyone to see. So, going forward with kind of what the build looks like, we have the Neutronic Torpedo, which is probably the most powerful torpedo in the game right now, especially considering there's a lot more groups of mobs, enemies, whatever you want to call them, where they're kind of getting clustered together. And if you can have a friendly science character with you that can gravel them up for you, this thing is absolutely devastating. Went with a biomatter dual heavy cannon phaser build across the front. Actually, we had one regular cannon, but that's okay. And a couple cannons in the back for the biomatter turrets, as well as our phaser relays here. And actually, it was interesting. I kind of started looking at a lot of these pieces, parts, putting these things together. The Neutronic Torpedo going along with the Bioneural Gel Pack kind of gels pretty well together, actually. Pardon the pun. The 7% cooldown reduction definitely works with torpedo spread, and the other tactical abilities is definitely important. If only we could get the cooldowns to actually work properly in the game. I don't know, they kind of took a step back there again. But your bonus that we get is actually pretty nice. The plus 13% radiation damage, which is on the torpedo, and the plus 20% cooldown reduction to the Neutronic Torpedo, which is definitely a plus. And actually, when we looked at this, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Let's actually get the two-piece bonus from the counter command set. And I'm not too sure about this console. The improves weapon accuracy, I don't think is important. I could be wrong about this, but as long as it's the same as fire at will, accuracy really doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit you during your fire at will and your rapid fire, but the two-piece bonus that comes along with it definitely helps. Plus 7% bonus phaser and disruptor energy, weapon damage, and 2% increased chance for bio. Okay, we don't care about that, but the plus 2.5% bonus phaser and disruptor energy weapon is nice. So we're adding more power to our phasers, as well with the relays. And of course, as always, we always want our assimilated module. And we're trying out the Polaron barrage launcher. We will definitely be looking at that during this run through here. And that's pretty much the layout. As far as the stations that this ship comes with, it comes with Commander Tactical, Lieutenant Commander Engineering, and then three lieutenant stations. One tactical, one science, and the other one is universal. Now, I went with another engineering slot because I figured I'd use that other engineering slot to buff up some emergency power, as well as auxiliary to bat, and we figured give that a try, so we have plenty of buffs when we can trigger them appropriately timed, which is going to be hard, as you'll see, and I'm sure you're already experiencing right now. They haven't seemed to make a fix over here on Trouble either, so let's cross our fingers to have that fixed, but don't hold your breath. Other than that, I think we'll just kind of jump into an Argala patrol. And in addition, I think we'll put on the DPS. I know I don't really do this that often during the videos. We'll see what kind of DPS this ship is able to put out, okay? So, alright, so first two waves I think we'll go ahead and run on normal, just so you can kind of see how quickly it can take out a group of normal, because many people just play on normal consistently, and then after that we'll jump up to elite, And of course you want to split up like this. So let's single them out. As you can see, we have our tactical frontal shield array going. And we'll go over that in between the break here. Oh, I got a promotion. Hooray! So we get a nice little pack here to take out. Of course they want to split up, don't they? Or don't shoot the guy I want you to. And then here's what the Polaron barrage looks like. Really? That should have finished it off. I'm surprised. So let's jump out of here real quick and go ahead and look at Elite, talk about a few more things real quick. As you may have noticed, I didn't really talk about the space set that I have on. I'm sure you already could tell what it was. I am actually using the Dyson space set. Thought this was an interesting set to use for a couple of reasons. Not so much obviously the exotic damage of the deflector array. However, the shield healing was nice, the ship hit points is nice. Resist shield drain, energy drain was nice for this, for a tactical character. The engine power, whatever, good. I like the plus 2.5 benefit to everything. The warp core, definitely good. I like the plus 7.5% weapon power to my shields. Obviously, when you're running a tactical ship, or well, in a lot of cases, a lot of ships, you're going to run max weapon power. So the more weapon power that you have, the more weapon power or additional weapon power gets dumped into shields as a bonus. So that's definitely a plus there. The shields, good regeneration rate, I like that. Reduce all energy damage to shields, that's nice. Reduces anti-proton damage to shields by 20% when receiving damage while a shield facing is depleted. And let's see, 100% chance to apply hyper regenerative shield array, plus 3600 shield regeneration per facing. Reduces damage to shields by 67% for 10 seconds. That's definitely cool. And as you see here, this hyper regenerative shield array works really nice with the frontal assault attack. So this is very much a park and shoot type build. This ship has good maneuverability. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but you can set your engine power a little lower if you're not one of the types that likes to fly all over the map like Crazy Man. I personally am not that type. I kind of like to... Generally, tactical stuff isn't my thing, so when I could do a thing like this where I can kind of be, you know, nice and kind of subtle and just kind of ease my way in there and then just destroy everything as attack, that's pretty cool. So that stuff works pretty well together. Obviously, the benefits of the Dyson set, I'll show you here. We get the plus 21.9 Starship inertial dampers, which is hold, disable, knock, repel, and slow. That's good for attack. And additional plus 21 resist shield drain. The proton barrage I could definitely do without. I really don't care about that. Chance to strip one buff. I suppose it's good in a group, especially when you're dealing with... I mean, this might be good in PvP, I'm not sure. Let's see. So I'm guessing it can take away 3 buffs with 1 shot. So that's, I guess that's kind of cool, but I mean, when you're facing, you know, PvE mobs who get, you know, you don't really need to strip off buffs that often, unless you're trying to do something very gimmicky and, you know, going for the DPS record, I suppose. But you really don't need to do that type of stuff, in my opinion, when you're facing PvE. Some of the stuff in PvE has gotten harder, but whatever. Reduce damage to shields by 50% for 15 seconds on damage when shield facings are below 50%. The reactive shielding, that I will admit, that's nice. So you can play around with how you want to do it, but the big thing here that I'm kind of doing is looking at the hyper-regenerative shield rate, hyper-regenerative shielding, along with the frontal assault, and basically just having very quick shield regen rates. So we'll go ahead and change this over to Elite. I'll kind of show you what that looks like in this ship. Obviously, looking at the DPS really quick, did about 9k. Obviously, when you're facing mobs on normal, it doesn't really give you a good sense of where your DPS is kind of falling because it doesn't allow you to get into a rhythm. So we will go ahead and look at that on. We'll look at this on Elite and see what the difference is there. I think it'll be considerably more, especially when you have more time to go through your full weapon cycle. And again, we'll probably just go through the first couple of waves here and then go from there. So. A little bit higher, 12k. I was hoping this group would kind of stick together, that way I could kind of show you what it would look like starting off with a AoE type attack. But normally I run scatter volley for both of these attacks. I just did the fire or the rapid fire for the benefit of people who, you know, like to have both, so you can kind of see what this would look like for them. So about 10k, not great, not what I was hoping for. But you get a good pack, this thing could really start to take off on how much DPS you can do. I'm kind of big into AoE builds, as you'll soon realize. But let's try and get these guys grouped together here. Saying that didn't really get what I wanted it to. There we go. And this doesn't make it any easier with all these. See, I'm clicking this thing over and over again and I cannot get it to trigger. It's driving me nuts. Let's get out of here. It's maneuverable enough so that if you have to, you can definitely swing that sucker around, so. There's the Polaron burst. It's okay. But so not the greatest DPS. I have gotten it up to 16.8k. Personally, so looking at basically how I had this set up, obviously I'm missing a few things. I'd love to have some of the low buy store items. For one of the ones that increase my crit chance and crit bonus. Realistically, I couldn't see myself using this console for anything. It's taking up a slot that I can use to increase my DPS or increase my survivability. And obviously these two items right here probably wouldn't be here normally if I was focusing fully on this. Obviously you can also mix and match some of the other items. For my last video, I just want to let you know we did look at the bridge of the other ship. It is exactly the same, so you didn't miss anything there. And that's pretty much it when it comes down to this ship. Honestly, I think it's a pretty good ship actually. A decent amount of engineering, which is kind of nice if you want to make it definitely survivable, or just load it out with DPS and make yourself into a flying egg. which, you know, appropriately colored at this point. But just so you're aware, stay tuned. I was informed by one of my subscribers that the Tier 5 the Tier 5 APU ship is upgradable to Tier 5U. So I'm probably gonna look at that. I kind of thought I heard from somebody, they said, oh no, it's like one of the old, you know, it's just like the Mirror Universe ships. So it's not really worth, you know, the trouble, blah blah blah. And I just kind of had that stuck in my head, didn't even think about it. So I will be looking at that because it is a Tier 5U ship upgradable. It will require a token, so that's something to also think about. So is it worth that, you know, the extra token to upgrade? We'll talk about that in the next video as well. So a pretty tough little ship, decent enough where you could do a sit and park DPS or sit and park maneuver. 12.5 DPS, and I'm not really comfortable with the ship yet. You know, that's not bad. Like I said, I was up to almost about 17k. So I mean, it definitely has potential. If you have the chance to get it, I'd say go for it. But you know, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you back here next time.